Monster Truck Veteran returns, an independent over and under course, and all of this is coming up on this week's news episode. To start off with, we always start off talking about the results, and with no Monster Talk report for last weekend's action, we're going to cover all of Monster Jam's tours. For Stadium Championship Series Red in Houston, Texas, Racing saw Gravedigger's Adam Anderson win Racing, Tom Benson Max D win Skills, Mike Christensen in Vendetta take his first career win in Monster Jam by winning Freestyle, and Cole Vanard in the Black Pearl wins the overall event championship. In terms of points, it was just a single round and the placings remained exactly the same, though Adam Anderson has closed the gap between himself and Murphy as they head into Minneapolis this weekend. For Stadium Championship Series Blue, the event was a battle between the Ryans. Ryan Disharu defeats Ryan Anderson for the racing win, as Ryan Anderson takes Son of a Digger to a Skills, Freestyle, and overall event victories. For Show 2, it was completely swept by Tyler Menninger. As the tour prepares for yet another weekend in Anaheim, Ryan Anderson starts to also close the gap between himself and Menninger with the difference of 39 points, as other drivers move up the leaderboard, none more so than Mark List and El Toro Loco, as he skyrockets up into 6th place. For Arena Series West in Denver, Colorado, your time racing winners would be Tristan England and Earthshaker at shows 1 and 4, as Chris Anderson and Gravedigger wins at show 2, and Mark Hall and Raminator wins at show 3. In the Skills Challenge, Elvis Linus would take home the first 3 events Skills wins, as Tristan England wins at event 4. For the Donut Competition, Mark Hall took Raminator to Donut wins at shows 1 and 3, as Kristen Anderson wins at show 2 and Elvis Linus at show 4. For Freestyle, Tristan England would win the competition at shows 1, 2, and 4, with Kristen Anderson winning at show 3. Your overall event champions would be Elvis Linus at show 1, Kristen Anderson at show 2, and Tristan England at shows 3 and 4. In terms of points, Mark Hall overtakes Bailey Shea, as now he sits in 5th place, with the rest of the drivers excluding Shea remains in the same position. For Arena Series East in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, each show had a different driver win the racing competition. Show 1 would be Dalton Widener and Jurassic Attack, Show 2 would be Weston Anderson and Gravedigger, Show 3 would be Armando Castro and El Toro Loco, and Show 4 would be Frank Krimmel in Stone Crusher. For the Skills Challenge, Weston Anderson would win all 4 skills competitions in Pittsburgh. The Donut Competition was almost an exact repeat of the Skills Challenge, with Weston Anderson winning at shows 1, 2, and 4. However, Armando Castro would win at show 3. However, like it was in racing, the freestyle competition would see 4 different winners for the 4 different shows. Lindsay Reed and Scooby-Doo wins at show 1, Weston Anderson wins at show 2, Armando Castro wins at show 3, and Bernard Light wins at show 4. Your overall event champions would be Weston Anderson and Gravedigger at shows 2, 3, and 4, while Dustin Brown takes Megalodon to his first overall event win of the season. And yes, you heard that correctly. For an unknown reason, Light was unable to compete in Pittsburgh on Friday night, resulting in Brown filling in for Bernard. Points are still very interesting, as currently Chad Tingler and Hunter Souza are tied for 6th place, as Dalton Widener once again overtakes Lindsay Reed for 3rd place. For Arena Series Central in Birmingham, Alabama, the racing competition saw Zach Gunner and Wildside win at shows 1 and 2, with Brandon Vincent winning at show 3. In the Skills Challenge, John Zimmer Jr. would win at shows 1 and 2, again with Brandon Vincent winning at show 3. The Donut Competition would produce the same results as the Skills Challenge, not to mention that the overall event championships were also the same as the Skills Challenge and Donuts. For freestyle, Brandon Vincent would win at shows 1 and 2. However, Brandon Talanchka and Just Get Her Done would win at show 3. In terms of points, nothing really has changed. Finally, in Stockholm, Sweden, the international tour for Monster Jam finally got underway, as we saw most of these drivers have their first show for the new season, and for others, it was their first show ever. In racing, Peter Nyman took Earthshaker to a racing win by defeating Brittany Marcotte in Scooby-Doo. In the skills challenge, it would be Blake Granger taking home the win for Team Max D. For freestyle, the 2010 World Freestyle Champion Charlie Porkin claimed his first event win behind the wheel of Megalodon by winning freestyle in Sweden. Your overall event champion would be none other than Peter Nyman in Earthshaker. Moving on to the independent results, the toughest Monster Truck Tour was in Casper, Wyoming last weekend, so let's take a look at their results. Dirt Crew would win wheelies, Rat Attack would win racing and the overall, as Maximus wins freestyle. For Ram Motorsport Spectacular in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Rockstar would win wheelies and freestyle, and racing was taken by Identity Theft. The All-Star Monster Truck Tour rolled into West Valley City, Utah, and here are the results for that show. For show 1, Playing Crazy won Best Trick, Racing, and the overall, and Crazy Train would win freestyle. At show 2, Crazy Train won Best Trick, freestyle, and the overall, as Wildcard takes racing. For the final show in West Valley City, Utah, Best Trick was won by Wildcard, along with racing being won by Wildcard as well. Crazy Train takes freestyle, and Playing Crazy wins the overall. And finally, for MAP Motorsports in Waco, Texas, show 1 was completely swept by Bad Habit, and show 2 was most of the same, as Bad Habit takes wheelies and freestyle. However, Barbarian with Devin Jones wins racing. That's it with the results. On to the news and our first story. As up first, it's the return of a Monster Truck veteran. Last weekend's toughest Monster Truck Tour event in Wyoming was without a competitor due to circumstances we've talked about in our last news video. That was until Monster Truck veteran Mike Hawkins returned behind the wheel to drive Hurricane Force, yet not on the regular chassis. Instead, it was run on what was formerly Buckshot. Now, it may be entirely likely that it will be under the ownership of Natural Disaster Motorsports, although we do not know if the chassis has been sold or not and would prefer to not speculate. All we know is that it debuted last weekend with Hawkins driving it in Casper, Wyoming for the toughest Monster Truck Tour. Independent tour to host an over-under track. South Carolina Monster Truck Madness is a promotion that primarily hosts events in the South Carolina area, but also hosts events in New Hampshire and Mississippi. However, their event in Neese, South Carolina has garnered huge attention recently with an incredible announcement. That announcement was that the show will feature an over-under styled course, with their event graphic featuring a photoshopped image of the Monster Jam World Finals over and under layout in the Neese's venue. Obviously, this is just for promotion's sakes, but this is mainly historic, as this is one of the first independent events in quite some time to utilize the layout. The show will feature 8 trucks, with Jester and Kraken being advertised, along with Heavy Hitter and Alcatraz, among numerous others. The event will be taking place March 25th and will be covered in a future news video for that edition of the Monster Truck 5 of the Week. Tickets for the show are available now and on their website. International drivers filling in this weekend. After the first stop of the international tour last weekend in Stockholm, Sweden, 2 of the tour's drivers will be behind the wheel this upcoming weekend in the United States. On Arena Series West, Oklahoma City will see Brandon Arthur tear it up in El Toro Loco as he fills in for Elvis Lainez. Arthur's first show in Monster Jam was actually behind the wheel of Dragon for Providence as he filled in for Cody Saucier. The other fill-in will be on Arena Series Central as the current points leader, Brandon Vincent, will not be present. So, Matt Cody makes his US debut behind the wheel of Gravedigger in Cleveland, Ohio. Cody's experience with competing in Monster Jam's arenas dates all the way back to when he was part of the Varda's Motorsports camp, driving Blue Thunder on the Taurus chassis. As of this moment, we don't have a reason as to why Linus and Vincent cannot compete, but all seems to be good from their end. It will be interesting to see how this will affect points, as Vincent and Zimmer Jr., along with Linus in England, have primarily been the sole winners on their tours. With two fill-ins taking their place, it will be interesting to see if the other two can take advantage of them not being able to compete. Monster Jam announces TV partnership. Many have been wondering if Monster Jam will be on TV for 2023. After all, it has been 20 years since the infamous lost 2003 season, which we covered in a previous video. It would be incredibly ironic to have Monster Jam not on TV 20 years since then. Well, fear not, Monster Jam fans, because Monster Jam have announced their newest TV partnership. On Monster Jam's website, they wrote the following. Monster Jam has signed a multi-year deal with MAVTV Motorsports Network, the only television network in the US dedicated solely to motorsports. The new deal features 86 new episodes on network in 2023, 26 one-hour stadium events premiering Saturdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, 20 Arena in 30 episodes premiering Sundays at 8:30 a.m. Eastern, 40 Inside Monster Jam episodes premiering Saturdays at 9 p.m. Eastern, and over 100 hours of classic Monster Jam episodes, and more. They have also released a TV schedule, which we won't go into detail, but you can check out the article that Monster Jam wrote if you wish to see their schedule. This is a great deal and some great news for fans who want to watch the sport. However, it does leave international fans like myself sort of out of the picture. Hopefully we can get some sort of deal where international fans can watch Monster Jam outside of MAVTV. Still, this deal will hopefully build up the fan base for the sport, as MAVTV brings the most amount of Monster Jam action the sport has had to offer. The Monster Truck 5 of the Week is back, and here's all the shows and tours that are touring the globe. The International Tour is off until April, as the rest of the Championship Series in the USA still continues. Stadium Championship Series Red is heading to Minneapolis, Minnesota at US Bank Stadium. Stadium Championship Series Blue returns to Anaheim, California at Angel Stadium of Anaheim. The Paycom Center in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma is the next stop for Arena Championship Series West. Arena Championship Series East is stopping by the DCU Center in Worcester, Massachusetts. And Cleveland, Ohio will be the next stop for Arena Championship Series Central at the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live is heading to Highland Heights, Kentucky in the Trust Arena. And the Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live Europe Tour is heading to the Torin Arena in Krakow, Poland. The Monsters of Destruction event will be heading to DuQuoin, Illinois, and will feature Heavy Hitter with Derek Anson, Alcatraz with Chris Davis, War Wizard with RJ Turner, Devastator with Aaron Basil, and Toxic with Corey Snyder. Map Motorsports will be in Odessa, Texas, and will feature Dirt Crew with Jerry Beck, Dozer with Jack Brown, Maximus with Darren Basil, Barbarian with Devin Jones, Bad Habit with Joey Sylvester, and Tailgater with Tim Jones. No Limits Monster Trucks will have two events running simultaneously. One will be in Pikeville, Kentucky, and the other will be in Billings, Montana. The lineup for the Pikeville, Kentucky show will feature Black Stallion with Mike Vardas Sr., Overkill Evolution with Mike Vardas Jr., Taurus with Richie Yasko, Higher Education with Chris DeHoyes, and Virginia Giant with Cliff Val. The show for Billings, Montana will feature Double Trouble with Tyler Groff, Troublemaker with Travis Groff, Veteran with Jeff Aaliyah, Geronimo with Brandon Swick, USA 1 with Rodney Tweedy, and Barefoot with Logan Tweedy. Monster Truck Wars will be in Leveland, Texas, and will feature Outlaw with Mike Harper, Sheriff with Adam Wilson, Shark Attack with Alex Barnett, and Equalizer with Preston Collins. Our final lineup tonight will be a show that I myself will be going to, and that is Monster Truck Mania. The tour's first stop will be in Brisbane, Queensland in Australia at the Brisbane Entertainment Centre. The lineup will feature Hayden McCleary in Wicked, Brock Thomas in Buddy, Hayden Francis in Raptors Rampage, Justin Pickett in Extreme, Michael Stratt in Miss Mayhem, and most likely will also feature Michael Zurab in Devil's Taxi. I want to hear your thoughts about the news we covered today. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And thank you everyone all so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon with some more Monster Truck content.